Miller Group, the trusted manufacturers of plastics in Sierra Leone, also produces buckets with tabs for hygiene purposes. These buckets can be used in schools, hospitals, offices, homes, churches, mosques, hotels, restaurants, and more. They are now in 20 liters, 30 liters, and 50 liters with covers and tabs. To purchase large quantities, visit any of PC & Sons shops nationwide.
The COVID-19 is here, and na sick way they mean. If you do the thing the way well body will command, they don't say you for do. You no go get the coronavirus.
So now that's made the master sabi people they don't say for let the coronavirus no scatter bad one. People them for they wear mask all time.
Again, no go outside people in plenty. Now where the coronavirus, they na the country.
If you notice, say, person whether na you host the cough or the sneeze or get any of the symptoms there of COVID, call 117.
Not play with your face when you wear the mask. Make sure so you cover your nose and your mouth.
Now Osiwa support Radio Democracy for bringing this message to you.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
For news, views, and entertainment, stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy. 98.1, simply the best.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people. Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people. Radio Democracy, supported by Osiwa and powered by Africell.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Good morning and welcome to the midweek edition of the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today na Wednesday, June 10, 2020. We where they bring this Wednesday edition of the program come to you. Mina Asma James.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Inside this Wednesday morning edition of the program Good Morning Salone, the Director General of the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, Moses Tifaba, don't say, before the end of July this year, government go pull dates when they go reopen the Freetown International Airport based on expert advice.
We are very much convinced that after the 21st of June to July, we'll have a date that will tell you that we are reopening as so date, because work has been going on now and there has been discussions going on at the highest level.
Some commercial sex worker them na Freetown don't call on government for push the term for coffee order from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock net because then say the term they embark them business. And today inside the program, the Minister of Finance, Jacob Jusu Safa, go talk about the state of the country economy now with the coronavirus in the country.
Well, this and more story there for you in the program, plus the Director of Operations at the Salone Police, AIG Mustafa Kambe say, the 2019 crime statistics show say crime rates go up in the country from 0.8% inside 2018 to 0.9% 2019. Yourself, we can listen, can be part of the program. And remember, say they listen we live on www.radiodemocracy.sl. You also they listen we live from Radio Shalom 89.5, na the entire Kwenadugu and Falaba districts. And also Radio Malen 88.5 na Pujon district, and also Radio 1J and Radio Colington 90.0 and 105.5 na Kailang on Radio Moa. The program na Good Morning Salone 077-981-981. Now the number for text to message to ask you question, concern, and any of the issues them what they discussed this morning. Well, now the program this morning, we want to welcome the Minister of Finance, Jacob Justus Safa, where they can talk about the state of the country economy and now with the coronavirus in the country. Good morning, Mr. Minister, and welcome to the program.
Thank you, and good morning, Asma. Good morning, my family.
All right, well, David, we will come to you shortly.
The first issue they look at on the program this Wednesday morning, na Usai one member na the Corporate Affairs Department, na the Salone Police Sergeant Aliu Mohammed Kuroma say, out of the different category of crime rates where the police record inside 2019, they find out say the number of rape and domestic violence go up fast other crime them. Well, Sergeant Aliu Mohammed Kuroma talk this, where the Salone Police pull the 2019 crime statistics reports na do, where show say the crime rate inside 2019 increased to 0.9% compared to 2018 when it been 0.8%. Princess Spears gets more on this and go report.
Every year, the Salone Police can pull and crime statistics reports na do, where this report can show the different crime them where people can commit na the country. Usai Tuesday, June 9 this year, the Salone Police don't pull the 2019 crime statistics reports na do. Where this report, according to the Director of Operations na the Salone Police, AIG Mustafa Kambe, say the crime rate inside 2019 go up to 0.9%.
I want to know how is the crime trend in the country, because that is what that informs investors to come into the country to make investment. Crime statistics for 2019, that is from 1st January to 31st December, as compared with 2018, indicates that there was an increased report in crime 2019. In 2018, in comparison, for instance, the total number of reported cases across the force was 61,753. In 2019, is 75,729. The crime rate moved from 0.8% in 2018 to 0.9% in 2019.
The report shows say offenses against the person, rape, and domestic violence been go up inside 2019.
The offenses against the person were the highest category with 23,691 cases. Offenses against women and children with 12,214 cases. Road traffic offenses and crashes, RTA and MTR with 8,143 cases. In 2019, the Family Support Unit recorded 12,314 cases as compared to 12,052 cases in 2018. Out of the 2019 reported cases. In comparison, the figures for 2018 shows the following: domestic violence, 9,121 cases, sexual penetration, 2,726, and rape with 205 cases. That was in 2018.
That voice that you just listen to, now one member na the Corporate Affairs Department, na the Salone Police, Sergeant Aliu Mohammed Kuroma, be they talk about the different crime them. Also, in continue for talk about the number of crime rates na different region na the country.
The crime distribution across the country in percentage shows that 6.13% cases were recorded in the eastern region, 10.13% in the southern region, 28.56% reported in the northern region, that are both northeast and northwest, 65.19% reported in the western area, both Freetown West and Freetown East.
AIG Senesi, na the Director of Traffic and Management Safety na the Salone Police, been update journalists them, but the work where they don't do na the traffic sector.
We at the department continue to engage other stakeholders that are very key in the transport sector. Stakeholders like the SRSA, you have the Motor Drivers Union, the Bike Riders, the Puda, and the Bus Owners Association. We continue to engage each other so that at the end of the day, we achieve our desired goals. So that is one reason when we had the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. We have been working together to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. And one of such activities in the fight against COVID is to ensure that we sensitize members of the respective units in the transport sector for them to use face masks. We don't have the street lights yet, but they will come. But for now, we are ensuring that we have a fettered movement of vehicles from one point to another.
With the plenty crime them, when the police reports don't show say plenty in the country, one go dey wonder when then crime here go reduce. For Radio Democracy, Princess Pias the report.
7:33 now the time from our studio clock. We dey come over now with studio. Also we get the Minister of Finance, Jacob Justus Safa, where they can talk about the country economy. They talk about the quick action economic recovery program, the impact where the corona don't get on the country economy, and other support them where they don't get, where the government don't get, and plenty more. Yourself where they listen, can send your message to the number 077 981 981. Well, a little over 2 years ago, Jacob Justus Safa be Minister of Finance, and when we hosted Naya the last time, he promised for improve on the economy. He also promised for say the IMF and other body them maybe don't tap for give salon money, go give the country support. Well, now the studios, I think after 1 year, we don't get the pleasure for get you back, Naya. So good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Asma. Good morning, family.
All right. Like I say from the intro, from the last time we been Kaya, you been give different message them. Also, you plan for improve on the economy, the support from donor partners them, and other area them we be plan for improve on. But first off, almost 2 years down the line, what you go get for tell Sierra Leoneans, but your leadership now the Ministry of Finance.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Asma. I mean, maybe I could just give brief background and show some of the results and the public will judge. But overall, in my mind, we've been doing very well as a team in the Ministry of Finance. The situation we will become it was one of very bad situation, whose high growth rates be the stagger around 3.5% in 2017. By 2019, our overall economic growth rate shoot up to 5.1%. We meet a situation we lack donor confidence and credibility. We be out of the IMF program completely, and when you did by the IMF program, by extension, you get problem with other partners, including DFI, the World Bank, and the like. So our relationship with international partners was very bad. We were able to restore it to credible program within 8 months, unprecedented. Between the month of May and November, we were able to restore that relationships. Will you do for sign the extended credit facility agreement with the IMF? We'll bring it back on track. Subsequently, that be followed by a lot of inflows from different partners as well. We meet a situation also with inflation be there around 18%. By end of 2019, inflation will don't come down to 14%. We meet a situation with the deficit GDP ratio. Normally, when the deficit GDP ratio, when I measure all of your management of revenue and expenditure within minus 8.8%, we'll be able to reduce down to minus 2.9% in 2019. The revenue GDP ratio, if you include all the grants, in 2017, within 14.8%, we'll be able to shoot them up to 17.7% in 2019. But with the expenses, it will go 18.9%. We meet a situation which salaries were not paid on time. Now we pay salaries on time. I mean, nurses' salaries, teachers' salaries were abysmally low. I mean, everybody knows now they've been increased substantially. Risk allowances paid on time. 30% increase salaries effected. We meet a situation which councillors, chairman of councils and deputies were not paid. Now they are paid regular salaries, and we there about. I mean, even the sitting allowances to the councillors is about to be increased. Then the paramount chief will go for the revision. The judge will do some administrative thing then for effect that. We meet a situation which teachers are not boku, nurses are not boku. So we get a situation which we have to hire 5,000 teachers. I mean, the process will not go on, still go on, and 4,000 nurses. We meet a situation which the minimum wage be there about 500. We don't increase them to 600. pension, average pension now amount to be around about 25,000. Now we pay about 250,000. Then we meet a situation there was no free education. This government, through the leadership of President Bill, introduced the free quality school education. The free quality school education, where we provide free tuition, which is funded from the budget, buses provided. Then we meet a situation where you have a lot of incomplete roads project. We will try to complete quite a lot of that. The overall situation we meet was completely bad, but I'm happy. I'm very pleased that we have been on the road of recovery.
On the road of recovery, Mr. Minister, along the way we see the COVID-19 hit the world, and Sierra Leone self now part of the serious hits the outside economy then bug all over the world, and Salone like I say self included. So how bad this the COVID affects the country?
It's bad. In fact, in the first instance, the first impact of COVID, either as a result of the restriction or the disease itself, now the fact that economic activity they drop. When the economic activity drop, what I mean, agricultural activity will be low because people no get a chance to go to their farm. Construction activity will be seized, like what you experience. Some construction companies, particularly those owned by the Chinese and operated by the Chinese, they'll be there out of the country. So most of the activities still are out there. New investment for constructions come down, all the one, and then you see hotels really also lock. When hotels they lock, restaurants they lock, GST all they drop. So the overall impact is that economic activity they drop. So the GDP, overall GDP growth rate, we've been there at 3.5% in 2017, it grew to 5.1% in 2019. The final assessment together with the government of Sierra Leone and the IMF is that we project the economy for drop to minus 3.1% by the end of this year. I mean, we may work miracles probably down the line, but the current projected growth rate in the economy is minus 3.5%. I mean, when economic activity drop, the immediate impact on revenue, the Commissioner General Revenue Authority been there, and revenue projected in 2020 is about 6.4 trillion. With the expect for let drop to maybe 5.4 trillion, about 1 trillion loss. That's about $100 million. Now we expect revenue for drop. We're going to make the overall revenue GDP ratio will be the projects for be around for grow up for go further. It will drop as well. So that are the kind of first impact on it. On the expenditure side, with the expenditure on air, particularly for fight the COVID, it will increase, and then while at the same time, other expenditure on other areas would expect for decline because we have to reallocate some resources for take care of our immediate health needs.
So when you talk about expenditure, the same way the country been just getting first confirmed case of the COVID-19, you been get a statement to say you been indicate say from that same day you project say for the next 100 days money in the country will like the country go able for spend without external factors. How best you don't keep to this promise using that without external factors adding up to the money where the country gets?
It's still there. We still, I mean, I make we know you finance will not die. I make finances commodities were in supply. I make finances salaries were paid. In April, we pay salaries on time. May, we pay salaries on time. So we have still be comfortable. But we want to make sure that our comfort levels is sustained. That make we go for external support. But we still down. Our reserve position is still 3.5 months of import by then. So, I mean, what I said the last time is still correct. And it's even more correct now that we don't get external support.
All right, so let me look at the quick action economic recovery program we want to put together for this country. How it on the work?
Well, Asma, thank you very much. You see, that is one of the brilliant things about President Bill where I like. One, the coronavirus is about fight for lives and livelihood. Even before we go first in the first case, the index case, when we do the response plan to prepare for it, together we do what they call economic recovery program, quick action economic recovery program. Because we anticipate say when it was going to be here, we will get needed resources than them. The difference between this fight and the fight for Ebola was that in the case of Ebola, we waited when the Ebola don't know before we do the Ebola response plan. You don't wait till the disease is over. Even before we get the first index case, we design an economic response program together with the health response program. Bearing in mind there's going to be revenue losses, deficit will be widening, balance of payment will be deteriorate, and our results will be very challenging. And the reason why we do that is for able to attract external resources so that we could keep the 2020 budget and the medium-term development plan on track. Therefore, the Quick Action Economic Response Program, which we share with our partners, which maybe they talk about, we talk about them several times. The Quick Action Economic Response Program is really the fight for livelihood. It got about 5 pillars. Overall, the objective now for make sure that the COVID-19, the corona, not impact significantly. The impact on for mitigate the economic impact of COVID-19 on businesses, families, and maintain macroeconomic and financial stability so that we could stay on track. Because for you to continue to enjoy international credibility, your macroeconomic and financial stability status should be on track, no matter which kind of circumstances. So whilst we fight the COVID, we make sure the macroeconomic stability is on track. Inflation is under control, exchange rate is stabilized, basic commodities are in the market, so that we're able to go on. And the co-op get 5 pillars. The first one, which they call commodity chain supply. The commodity chain supply, basically, is objective of ensure say we get adequate stock levels of essential commodities like rice, onions, milk, sugar, at reasonably good prices. Not very high prices. So if I now say, even with the COVID, we don't come, we still get the commodity in the market. Their prices have not significantly increased. Of course, because of the lockdown or other restrictions, they don't create shortage in other parts of the country because the cost of transportation apparently don't go up. That is the first one. And largely, that component was financed by the central bank stimulus package. And it's going on very well. I'm proud to say that. The second aspect in that kind of situation is what you call safety net. Safety net in the form of cash transfers and the form of food assistance. A lot of that has been happening, largely by government, the safety net. Using World Bank financing and using government of Salone resources itself. But also, in the food assistance also has been largely by government. But of course, everybody knows the First Lady, through your mobilization, also came and supported government with the National Food Basket. This is very crucial in this part of...
From personal resources?
No, through your mobilization. It could not necessarily be personal. It could be mobilization. When it says Salone get resources, you are not saying that now Salone necessarily the police. Your capacity to mobilize resources, not important. Through your mobilization, you're able to get a National Food Basket. That's a non-governmental arrangement. But that's also complement. In addition to that, you also have NGOs, other NGOs or other people then who they mobilize resources and provide that type of assistance. Then, that is a direct way for make sure that the impact is mitigated so that people they get access to food. So that's part of the bread and butter arrangement. Then also, part of this program is local food production. The Minister of Agriculture is all over the place now. We allocate resources from IDB project, from ADB project, from EU project, from World Bank project, for address the immediate food needs of our people. So these are the planting season, a lot of food production is taking place. Then we got over 35 road, sports improvement road, other labor public works in the world. So what we are doing basically is that we create opportunity for alternative livelihood source so that people, the impact not going to be well-fed. So about 5 components. The last one is the small and medium scale enterprises, which is more of a recovery program, which is being designed now. We are discussing with the banks, the Ministry of Trade, and we discuss with other stakeholders so that by the time they say Ebola restriction done, we're able to roll that one over. So these are the 5 pillars of the Quick Action Economic Recovery Program we'll put together, and that we don't sell out to the international community. That the response will be extremely positive.
All right, we can't talk about the support from the partners then, but let me look at still on this Quick Action Economic Recovery Plan. The ministry, according to you, they make sure say then put in the resources for fighting the COVID-19. And as you have explained, especially the aviation section, really don't go down and resources not they come out from it now as we speak. But look at the fight of the COVID and waiting the support one don't they give to the fight. If they make any positive role in fighting the COVID?
In terms of our support?
Yes.
If it was not positive, the thing creates for no alarm. Government is the single largest financier of the current COVID fight. donor partner resources cannot be compared to government. About this 70% of the expenditure that government undertaken. I mean, right from preparedness stage, quarantine homes, incentives, this, contract tracing, every other thing, EOC operation, vehicles, all that is the government resources.
So the amount of money where government don't pour into the fight, when I really they see it, they reflect. So we take, for example, taking into consideration quarantine homes, where every now and then you hear a cry from people and say they don't quarantine, they know they get support.
Well, maybe I'm going to resist getting into the management of Corona. You get a lot of opportunities.
But they
can't. My job is to mobilize resources, allocate resources.
So you just I'm coming. Without...
By and large, it's reflecting. There may be some administrative challenges or other challenges, but that's not for me to say exactly what the issues are. You can investigate, you can confirm, and that. I'm here talking about the broader economy. So my job is to take the money, allocate, disburse, and make it available, which I've done effectively. So, I'm very sure of that.
So how I can get feedback as to money where somebody say he want on adjust the gi or on the follow up for ensure say the money where on the gi it go na the right place?
We do. I mean, that's part of the accountability mechanisms. As I tell you right now, inside the EOC itself, we get 4 fiduciary staff, and the deputy minister too has been reassigned there as an interim coordinator. So we get an idea of what's happening. I mean, I not just wanted this discussion really focus on that direction, because you have got a lot of this over the period. But all I'm saying here is that if the money were not well spent, we would have been overwhelmed. Vastly overwhelmed. By that time, you may need the car work safe.
All right. Well, then at the Minister of Finance, Jacob Jusu Safa, when we come back, we will look at the external support so don't get another area, then we'll go look at on the economy. This program, now Good Morning Salone, 7:55, now the time for most studio club.
The program they continue with. They look at other issue now. Also, the Director General na the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, Moses Tifaba, don't confirm say before the end of July this year, government will pull what na do as to when they go open back the Freetown International Airport based on expert advice. Well, Moses Tifaba say they engage now with authority them for let them go ensure say this happen. It talk more to Mohammed Sharif inside this interview, but first talk about the suspension where government puts on all commercial international flights them now will be the Canada country.
Famudan can recall back from the 21st of March 2020, Sierra Leone suspend or close its airspace to commercial international flights, with exception to humanitarian relief flights or flights for technical landings, that is for fueling or medical evacuations. So as we speak, for now the airspace still remains to be closed, and till the 21st of June, which is the official date for the expiration of the NOTAM.
Any plans as to whether government they rethink for actually open the airspace?
Yes, of course. We don't get some stakeholders engagement with the airlines. I don't get some international meetings with my colleague DGs in the West African sub-region, where we look at the possibility of reopening our airspace.
Brussels recently pulled a press release, where inside that press release they say then go start the operation 17th July. When you think the government actually they think for work in line with Brussels and other airline them for let people and begin travel?
First of all, let me clear family understand certain things. The government of His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Maada being a responsive government, we believe in expert consultations. So at the moment we do expert consultations. For open airspace gets some limiting factors. For example, that way Brussels published a speculative schedule one day. The European Union says have not opened the airspace yet, and as of date we don't know when they go open. And most of the airlines when they operate in Australia, they don't do direct flights. Now 5th and 6th freedom more than they exploit. What did that mean? Then they pass through 1 or 2 more countries before they encounter Sierra Leone. So which means I like to open with airspace. If those other countries not open the airspace, Salone no plane no go Bukande. We are very mindful of the fact that if we open with airspace, there are 2 things we want for achieve. One, there is ease of movement by our traveling public. You know, go come na Salone like say you want to go somewhere for 1 or 2 days, then they'll go quarantine you for 14 days. Then secondly again, we are mindful of the public health concern, which is safety. We don't want to make again by opening the airport, then we can see a resurgence of coronavirus back in our country as a result of that. We want to make sure that if you arrive at that airport, where you have a health system that you will be tested within 24 hours and you have your results, so that 1, public safety is addressed, and 2, the passenger self inconvenience is being assured. Not just one for open horribly and then we have a backlash. When everything on we own side, we are sure we don't put that in place, then we can definitely open the airport.
DJ, looking at the press release still where Brussels poll, where they make a very clear say from the 17th July to August 31st, then go begin operate, at the country. Is it that this not realistic?
Well, I don't want to say not realistic. First, like I said, now speculative. Brussels indeed don't for them schedule. They don't apply for approval of them summer schedule for resume operations as against July, which that fall within even the government's own speculative time where they look at. July is the realistic time for who believe to say we can able for commence operations. So we are working towards that time. We believe that before the end of the month, all the necessary stakeholders engagement we go down to them, and then all the necessary modalities in place, we go down put them in place. Then the government through the Ministry of Transport and Aviation will get back to the public as to when we go reopening the airport.
In a nutshell, is it that the public will actually expect, say, between June to July, the airspace go open?
The no time issue for the closure of the airport the end on the 21st of June. So by that time, we must have reached a conclusion as to whether we extend the no time or we reopen the airport.
You see any possibility as an expert in the aviation sector for the government, if you advise the president, for actually reopen the airspace? For reopen now?
Yes, I want to say yes, there's that possibility there. There are discussions ongoing, even at the regional level. Probably we can start on a face-by-face basis. Maybe we're looking at the regional travels between West Africa and travels between West African countries. We can open our airspace to which is easier. Because let's assume that at that time, European Union not open the airspace yet, or America not open the airspace yet to visitors traveling from African nations to America. So that alone can restrict movement, even if we don't open. But for regional, yes, that discussions they go on. We try to get a unified date for open regional travels within West Africa and Africa. We are very much mindful of what they happen around our immediate environment, which is our global environment. Nigeria and Ghana don't open domestic operations, and neighboring to Winner Liberia, the president just pronounced they are opening their airports to international travel as against the 21st of June.
Well, that's Moses Tifa Baowe, the Director General of the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, been talking about that interview day with Mohamed Sherif for SECA. Plan them way say they in place now for let them ensure say before the end of July this year, then pull word now as to when the Freetown International Airports go open back. The program they continue and we take the short commercial break.
Salone Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salone Link money transfer for send money to anybody like you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office like you not get the account number. Buy Edsalight, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for we boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all you supplier them, sell forex to Salone Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salone Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering God. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank.
Salone gets in first corona case March 31, 2020. And from that time to now, plenty people don't get this sick. But plenty people same way so done well from the sick. After we then carry them go to treatment center and take good care of them. But the sick still in the country.
Plenty people get message them where they can talk. And some of them message they are not even be true. Now that make Radio Democracy with support from Osiwa, they bring to you special corona updates program. Usa you go to get accurate information about the coronavirus in the country.
This program going to be every Wednesday, 12 to 1 o'clock afternoon.
And Master Sabi people learn from the well body sector and other people learn safe. Go there for tell you body sick.
All right, well, we continue with the program, Good Morning Salone, and we still get the Minister of Finance, Jacob Justus Safana, the program. Mr. Safale, we come to the budget, the 2020 budget, where, 6 months down the line, we see the coronavirus hit the nation. So how this they affect the implementation of waiting you be put in the budget, say you go do?
Thank you very much, Asman. But of course, the budget now the instrument where they use for translate government priorities or government pronouncement into real actions. And you go expect, say, when there is a drop in revenue, definitely, or used in economic activities, you go expect, say, the budget implementation will be affected. But as I say, that is the essence of a proactive leadership. We anticipated that, we projected it, so we move fast for mobilize a lot of external resources to back us up, so that the revenue loss we will get, we're able to get external resources for compensate for them. So, I mean, I'm very pleased that the budget implementation may be affected, but I tell you confidently that it will not be significantly affected. As I speak to you now, I'm very confident of what is coming in, which we expect. We've done a lot of homework, we've passed through a lot of corridors, we don't do a lot of engagement, we don't play a lot of figures. We've presented a credible program, and the president has demonstrated a vision and they articulate priorities to do us very, very well. I'm very pleased that the budget implementation will not be affected. So probably we may even do more.
So if you say the budget implementation not going to be affected, now usai the government, they have hope for fund money where every sector as it is affected. NRA take into consideration revenue generation don't drop, and some side and self will be get economic gains at this time all day down. If you say not going to be affected, how on a plan for raise money? We all side it down as it is.
Well, it's not a question how we plan. How we don't raise money, we go don't raise idea. Not to foresee now raise we go for raise idea. It don't begin come. As I say,
we're not to external support.
No, it has to be. I mean, but that is what one thing we talk inside we quick action economic recovery program. We recognize the fact that revenue loss go there. We recognize the fact that the deficit will expand, reserve ratio will be challenging, and therefore, to keep the medium-term expenditure, the medium-term development plan and the budget on track, we have to see concessional financing. That is the best economics. That if you don't have in-house, you got to find a way for get them outside. So, because we know say the revenue situation may not change drastically, we went outside. For go outside, two things. First, you have to be a credible government. You have to have a visionary leadership. You have to have an engaging economic team who are able to convince the partners out there. And we have done exactly that. I'm pleased for tell you, say, maybe I'll take the opportunity to tell you some of the inflows with the pipeline.
Mr. just one count that I'm taken from you, because we don't see support from international partners. Them also they support the focus support salons, some with budget, some direct with the COVID. Them support there. So the recent one are the $143 million from the IMF. Take me to the support them from the partner there.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, first of all, the IMF support, you will qualify for an IMF program. That's the first instance. So if that be 2017, October, we will not be part of the IMF program. We will not forget this money here. Because we are not part of the IMF program. And not to be part of the IMF program, meaning economic and financial, you're not financially disciplined. Because in discipline, they make you go out of the program. Because with discipline, we are part of the program, the first qualification. And the second qualification, the program for the on track. In the sense they meet all the benchmarks, both quantitative, both qualitative, all the benchmarks they're on schedule, and Salone they're on schedule. Now that make at the beginning of the fight they got one window where they call catastrophic containment relief trust. 25 countries in the world, including Nepal, Sierra Leone, we are qualified for it. That are a tentative debt relief we then give it, where that give a space of $29 million. I mean, instead of paying the IMF will not pay with it, but they use that money there for take care of your needs. So the payment schedule for IMF, monthly payment schedule, when they pay, they will keep the money and we use that. Then later on, IMF open another window, when they call the rapid credit facility, when I talk about. After months, weeks of engagement with them from my economic team, the central bank, the NRA, the Ministry of Finance officers, with constant engagement with them, IMF decide for giving a highly concessional credit facility of 143. I mean, which probably they might, over time, I know they're going to wipe it out, they cancel it because there's a global call for debt cancellation. In addition to that, it may please you that Islamic Development Bank, I had a direct engagement with the president of the Islamic Development Bank, and we don't grant an amount of $25 million. For that $25 million, $10 million will be for the health response, and the $15 million will be for the economic response. That is already done. We don't start for process accessing that resources. Then we get also another budgetary support for the energy sector of $25 million, which has been negotiated. It's going to the board in July. By July, we hit that. So that's what I'm saying. So $25 million for energy is confirmed. Then we get the World Bank big cake within the pipeline, which has really been in the pipeline before now. That is also, it's about $100 million. If they come, this is not to go come business for sale with the plan for long. We've already moved very hard, even the difficult circumstances, and the negotiations don't go on. They go to the board formally. In addition to that, the EU also don't bring some of the support to Salone. We're still waiting for them in November. They don't bring $10 million before. So in a nutshell, we don't mobilize fairly adequate resources. Not necessarily adequate to solve all the problems in the world, but adequate to make us comfortable to put our budget on track to make sure we implement our priority programs.
So this latest one we come out from IMF about a week ago, we in the $143 million. Why in $143 million Salone asked for? Where they talk about debts. This current administration, where they meeting at the other side of the coin. One thing we on a bit of front out get for do with getting debt for the country. Why Salone asked for $143 million debt compared to Liberia, for example, when a $50 million then go for? Why $143 million?
Well, the capacity to pay back. Now they tell me how much they get. So if you look at the staff report, first of all, the IMF staff report, one of the assessment that they give, now an assessment of the country capacity for payback is that, which means your economic management is pleased. I mean, they are pleased with your economic management. They call it access and capacity to repay. The IMF, now the global economic umpire, not the world. If they no see able pay there, they need you. In fact, at the camp, if they no see able pay there, they need you. Then they even discourage you from taking other debt. That make them always tell you, say, if I would have had more, if we not be able to good debts, we'll get for payback.
So in total, inside the past 2 years, waiting at Salone in current external debt.
External debt is about 1.6 billion, 1.625 billion, about that. In a dynamic figure, in a chance, the way they take more, they pay back. Because every month we pay that, we service our debt.
So this latest one where IMF don't give, how long did it run for?
Now, this is going to run for over 10, 15 years. We are fine with that. The interest is highly concessional.
All right, Mr. Minister, let me look at again the resources that we come and how you therefore prioritize them. You talk about IMF, recent $143 million, EU $10 million, World Bank $100 million, where you say the council.
25 million the council also.
ADB $25 million, and also 25 million energy support projects where you say they're on the pipeline. In all of them, resources there we don't come. Let we look at the priority. How we will prioritize the money also, and USAI then support here they go.
Well, basically, it's going to be used. This money they go for use. We go for implement two areas. One, we use that for the COVID response, both the health sector support, the health response plan that the COVID fight itself will naturally go for use part of because the COVID still around. We also the user in the process of what they call health system strengthening. We're going to involve taking care of continue the operation of the ambulance systems, mortuary services, we need to restore them, laboratory and X-ray service at the hospital. Because some of the things that we realize in the surveillance system, some of these things we did at the district is also the contributor. Why is it they fight the pandemic? They use that same opportunity for strengthening the health system. That's the better way to go. Then, after that, we get the economic quick action economic response program. Then Tia will talk about. We go for the SME support, agriculture. Then we got the SME support, the agriculture, public works, the roads, the sport improvement and township roads there as well. Then, of course, we got budget priorities. The budget priorities, one, the free quality education. We got for continue for fund. I'm talking about the rest of the year. Schools will open very soon, and we have to pay all those bills. We got to continue doing every other thing that will be done to do. That's one. Then we also, more significantly, we do a lot of energy investment in the energy and water sector this year. We did electrify, we did come with transmission and distribution line about 7 townships in this country. Gambia, Kabbalah, Kailan, Pujam, Moyamba, Bond, and Machu. Now, that same place, then they back, including Moboka, they get water supply as well. I mean, Gambia, Kabbalah as well, Kailan, Pujon, Moyamba, Bont, Moboka. We restore the water supply. Sorry?
Western area not there.
No, Western area get your supply down at the Guma. We talk about the new investment.
Okay.
I mean, these are townships where they 40, 45 years or 50 years, they don't get water supply.
But then planning with the top on a short term on an inside the government.
I'll tell you say this year, na government money, they were within our budget. This is not to go come. We didn't have Bank of Salone. We will start on this year.
Mr. Minister,
I'm not talking about long plan. It has been designed. We don't plan them. We don't design it. Procurement don't go to. We just wait for documentation. By the time they are 30% we pay, work we start. Not to go come business. This weekend they go sign the contract and bond for the bond desalination plan that bond island.
Mr. Minister, you don't talk about the recovery, but the support we don't get from the ADB and World Bank, IMF, EU, and other partners them. But one thing with Sierra Leoneans they go on for you, but from the messages them we don't they bombard we phones and also on the text line and the slogan we been get in the campaign team. I mean, in all of this, how will they relate? How will they go down to the importers that they bring food come, but at which cost? The cost high, and then people they want for now know again how all this will benefit with the ordinary people. If I can use that word, as you use bread and butter.
As well, I can understand. You know, we possibly adopt promo, not get bread and butter now. The problem now, but the bread and butter is here. It's very here. One, when we hire 3,000 teachers. I mean, over 5,000 teachers and 4,000 nurses. Now, bread and butter we don't give them. They don't get a job. Each one of them get family a job. When we increase minimum wage to 500, 600, now bread and butter that one day. When we increase salaries of workers generally, now bread and butter we don't increase. That we don't provide as well. When we also provide pensioners, they get 25,000, we give them 250. That is also bread and butter. Now, for the Quick Action Economic Recovery Program, what more can you do than local food production? That is bread and butter. We then make roads. We are doing over 35 spot improvement, main highways, main roads, then, at least for now. Then, of course, the same road and they back, we do some construction activity, pave them back. Series of township road. We're creating jobs for people. That is bread and butter. The same way, the SMEs development, small and medium scale enterprise, and microfinance, who they launch, who they currently be designed. We want to make sure it's sustained. That is directly livelihood. That is bread and butter. So everything here is bread and butter. You cannot make electricity. You never go Cambia or Kabbalah. You go pick the pun pole, they dig gutter, and I'm not the work day. The people they work, they no get work, they get money. That is bread and butter. You they make water supply without you can have to create a lot of jobs. So we are very hopeful. Now, of course, we got the youth empowerment program the way, and are not going to details here. That's some substantial. You know, where we therefore really empower our youth to go in and out to make a lot of resources in the project and our women. That is bread and butter. So what more can we do really as a government for bread and butter?
The increments and the way you talk about, Mr. Minister, and they ask what more governments for do on bread and butter. For the people where they out there, the bread and butter, in as much as you don't indicate waiting government in the finance bread and butter, let's take you to the market, making increments and people then salary, but where you gonna market, you buy a bag of rice as it is. The change where they left, now they do forget all the other ingredients because the cost of living, seeing them in the market, they up. Waiting now the thing where government they do in that aspect.
Yeah, I mean this is about cost of living. If you look at the cost of living, first of all, when wages are low, what you do as a government for when wages are low, the first way they do, first you try for work on inflation, which we have been working on. I mean, as I tell you now, inflation will meet at 18%. We don't bring about 14%, 2019. Now with the projector again, they go up to very close to 18%. That's one way our effort will make for stabilize prices. That is one. You notice say the dollar price have been stable for fairly long period now. That is one way down there. The other way policy again, what they call the income support, is to increase salaries. You know, that again we don't do quite a lot of the increase them. The nurses, the teachers, the this. Now a teacher will be around 1 million. 1 million now is get to about 1.5 million. So that increase they compensate for for the possible price increase that will occur. In addition to that, we are creating a lot of jobs directly through hiring of workers, nurses, teachers. They at the same time indirectly to public investment programs, road making, road construction, road rehabilitation, water plants. Construction of water plant, water treatment plant, electricity, all those ones are there. So in a way, that's the effort. But let me just put this one on record. The realities are that Sierra Leone has been poor for long. From independence, we have been poor. And we will continue to be poor for some time to come.
That's not to you for one person be they say in terms of campaigning.
No, I'm still saying it. That we are getting the bread and butter. I'm not still getting it about
continue
that.
For the hits in the studio.
I'm still saying it, but all I'm saying here is that we've been poor. What we are trying to do is to reduce the poverty. That not means I don't want to give this alone.
Continue for the hits in the studio. We will come back to you, Mr. Joseph Safa. We are the Minister of Finance. The program they continue. Let me just quickly take this short commercial break and make some money.
Better don't come. A Union Trust Bank, Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Let me savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you, Union Trust Bank, Salone for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme, ide. We branch and they all love but not alone. Boko no kenema, we de. Kabala mabogo kakambia, we de. Jala free town loan sa, we de. And my 91, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank, na Salone for me and you. Union Salone Banco, Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
All right, we continue with the program. Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. 20 minutes after 8 at the time from studio clock, we they go to other material now outside this story where they can play so get strong with them from the commercial sex worker them because of the kind business where they do. As we all know, commercial sex worker them people them where they sell them body, open one for money now different points them. The National HIV/AIDS Secretariat, the 2017 report shows say Salone gets over 500,000 young girl commercial sex worker them all over the country, and this number they go up every year. Inside the last 10 years, prostitution work don't rampant in the country. For over 2 months, where the coronavirus come to the country and government put measure them for social distancing. Radio Democracy look how them commercial sex worker are, where the work involve other people and they carry on. Also, they call on governments for adjust the curfew time from 9 o'clock night to 12 o'clock midnight. Well, Radio Democracy Michael Sambola gets more and gonna report.
Short time I charge 250. If we talk to they meet up 150, 200. So my go add them for yourself.
Why?
Get a nice treatment, you know now.
Let me ask you.
Get a nice massage, nice blowjob.
24-year-old lady V, one pandi plenty young girl them around the Aberdeen beach. They explain some pandi thing them, what it can do to in clients them, where they can come by business.
If you meet so big down, we become a white man, I'm able to pack for you that almost $1,000 where you know say electric. Sometimes you don't go sex and good way so to the way I want her. They pack for you big money. I don't care kitchen.
Prostitute, kolonko, rare girl, koro, hustler. Na some pandi name them for commercial sex worker. Where normally na girl them we can sell them body to man them for couple. Report from Advocate Salone inside 2015 show say plenty pande young girl begin this work after pressure from paddy them, pass mark po, and self some knocking get person for take care of them. Pan all way the coronavirus, one pan the prevention and they say no touching. Their young girl still team up na different points them, they do them business as usual.
I come out with poor family, people even not go do business, then they survive. So I can street, I also, I go to club, I go chill. Where big don't come away, I do the talk, I charge you, sometimes I charge you almost them $100. If na no see a black man, If na white smart, they charge them $300. If you get away for give me them $200, they give me. Then most of them big populate them what will they get saying at them bases. You way go, you don't know what they give.
9 o'clock all man indoors. Wait then a place to get a good boy like you cannot kill, can't find any. But I guess so person. You go make like you 50 that you only get the cancer and stuff. Oh, now so we dey live now by God in power.
You conscious about the coronavirus?
Yes, I'm conscious of the coronavirus. Yeah. It's like a difficult everywhere. You know, this kind of position now, don't feel we save, now risks with it. You know, they say, when you don't kind of sweet, you can't fair money. We accept, unless God get for free from that problem.
But as they continue for do this work, plenty people in our society knocking glad for them because it gets stigma and self-respect and value for woman knocking day.
I think say commercial sex workers and their activities that's something where it relates to choice, decision making, and for me, as long as the activity is not illegal, as long as it not involves picking away under the age of consent, there is no objection to waiting and decide. So we look at them from the perspective, say, then people are not consenting adults, they will make decisions for themselves, they know which and they go into, and as long as they get the background and decide for going to them, then there should be no problem about it.
You been listen to Fatmata Sori, president for lawyers. Pan always the young girl talk about how the ground been talek from the time where the nightclub and other social side them be open. Then side all now don't begin go bad from where the coronavirus come na the country.
Now when they get again, when they see the tourists again, when they see black man, when they get my period amount, then kind money they will be expect now when they get them. Now that's team for it now they get. The only money right now we say that the biggest money they see right now it's around 50, 100,000. You know go say by now you know the whole that kind of money they just get for do a normal just only get what you eat. Man, when they get give you big money, they get give you again. So right now things don't change. And this corona, it calm, we not go able to say we sit down, full and full foot anyway. But we they play to Papa government because we in a street, so now they stop her.
As the young girl, they cry say the game locked for them because of the restriction of the coronavirus. Then say they can risk their life now for find customer and hope to God for waiting they go get. But say after they cannot go through the hard way for Fenam, the one the way them believe say for protect them, can come for can add pan and challenge them.
Then can come and always take with money that we earn. Last month where at the end when the policeman and can and meet that harassment they begin run after people them. And the policeman where you don't see so don't run where can the first way do that the bag it take. So it's like most of the way they can come and for come and harass you from waiting you get them pull on a yarn. Some police the way you know say you don't get nothing, they follow you. If you can't take you on a beach here, if you know say get for left you know say you don't get money, and they try to follow you, they go left you like Easton or you go left you St. John after you don't follow you.
Police they can't meet with. When they need with they can't gentle way they talk to with and they will not meet with and go. When they come for carry they make they don't know you, they hold you back, you go spend, they go spend. If you don't get good posture around you didn't sell you the strain.
But when police can come for K2 now, then keep pay?
If you meet all the good one, they give them coins, they give them 70 because not all police they pack for woman big because they are stingy people then. So something 9 o'clock they don't come for carry. They say if it's not safe now this outside they hold you. If you not say they beat you, but they don't beat you, they go to somewhere go by go losses.
We come out from the commercial and that police can harass them and self can use the curfew for do that. Police themselves can come and buy them business as customer.
I cannot come here and say I deny because me as an individual I'm not a customer. If somebody else is a customer,